Chairman of this session, Dr. Patil sir, other respected speakers, and fellow delegates, very good morning, namaskar. I'm not going to speak about what is drip irrigation and because it's very well-known technology even among the farmers, because drip irrigation has penetrated in India, particularly in Maharashtra, during last 30 to 40 years. So I would like to talk more about the policy aspects of this, being a water resources person, because yesterday we heard a lot of, presentations and from the top policy makers about the sugar industry. But I was little, there was no mention about the water in the whole discussion, whole debate, which is very, very important for states like Maharashtra. So if you can see the Maharashtra growth, very rapid growth, if you see right from the 1960 onwards, almost every 20 years, the irrigated area has been doubling every 20 years. So last 23, we had a huge area, 14 lakh hectares, that is 1.474 million hectares. That is the area we had, as per the records available. And if you think that if this same rate continues, so maybe in 2040, we may be likely to have 25 lakh hectares under drip sugarcane. We don't know if the rate of adoption remains same. So this is really a matter of concern when we think that we are upscaling the sugarcane cultivation is increasing. So we have to think about the other natural resources availability in the state. If you see this, how many farmers are using this sugarcane in Maharashtra? So there are 1.63 crore, that is 163 lakh farmers in Maharashtra total, out of which it is said that 30 lakh farmers, 3 million farmers are using sugarcane, cultivating sugarcane. That means only about 1/5 of the farmers, 18% of the farmers are cultivating sugarcane in Maharashtra. Okay? And just to understand the significance of water, you must have heard that we are talking a lot about climate change. So there are a lot of events are happening. United Nations had last year a big conference on water, and climate change is nothing but its impact on water. It has really distorted the hydrological cycle of the whole global hydrological cycle, and which is very important. And you are aware that UN, Sustainable Development Goals, there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 targets, out of which Sustainable Development Goal 6, which relates to water, and particularly 6.4.1 talks about the global water use efficiency. I think this is very, very important for us to study and understand. Globally, it is being now discussed that what is the outcome, what is the contribution of water for each unit of water you use in different sectors. So we have 3 major sectors: agriculture, industry, and service sector. If you see this map itself, it shows, is the latest map, that the red areas, which includes India, our water use efficiency means cubic meter of water used, that is per dollar. That's what is measured. Okay, US dollar per cubic meter of water. Then we fall in the last category, less than $10. These are the countries, mostly in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, some Central Asian countries, they are included in that. Mostly developing countries, least developed countries. Other, you can see blue, Australia, or European countries, all European countries, they have very high water productivity, high water use efficiency. Per unit of water, they are producing much more wealth than what we are doing. If you see the just figure here, Bangladesh overall water use efficiency is $7.1 per cubic meter of water for all across the sectors, agriculture, industry, and service. While its use in agriculture is $0.84 per cubic meter of water. China similarly $25 it is generating. In agriculture 2.1. India is $2.93 per cubic meter of water, but while in agriculture we are very too low. 0.44 dollars per cubic meter of water, that is what the water use efficiency, water productivity, economic water productivity of Indian irrigation sector or water sector, you can say, particularly in agriculture. Simply, if you can just say, because there is data is available for 166 countries. If you see in the UN SDG website, you will have all this data available. South Africa, 13, overall is very high. But I don't know, I can ask the Dr. Felix here that why it is low, 0.11 behind India. Okay, so it is very interesting to study the water use efficiency in terms of revenue generated, wealth added. That is very important. In future, whole world is looking to that. I think we also in India, we to also think in this manner, how to increase the wealth from the water. If you see this now, we are talking about the sugarcane. This is a big water consuming sector in Maharashtra. Will be specific for the Maharashtra. So in Maharashtra, we have about 22.5 lakh hectare under drip irrigation. So we have to understand, we call micro irrigation for sprinkler and drip together, but internationally, drip irrigation is micro irrigation, okay? So, while at the same time, total sugarcane area is 14.3 lakh hectares. That means 16% of the area is under drip irrigation. Of the total drip irrigated area in the Maharashtra, only 16% is under drip irrigation, sugarcane. And if you compare sugarcane area, which is 14 lakh hectare, 25%, that means 75% of the area need to be brought under drip irrigation. That is a challenge. And we have different figures, academics, universities have been working, many research institutions, and there are a lot of data is available as how much water is applied to sugarcane by conventional surface method and drip irrigation. There are a lot of debates. I don't know who has measured, and at least I could not find any authentic document on the measurement of water used by the sugarcane. So it is said that surface irrigated, what is called flood irrigated uses from 19,000 cubic meter to 28,000 cubic meter per hectare. Because if you measure for groundwater, for canal water, where you measure? At the field head or at the canal head? That makes the difference. So I think we should be very specific when you are saying that how much water is used by the sugarcane. It should be a location specific. You say at the farm applied. How much water is applied, that is what it should be standard, not just at the canal or where it is. Then a lot of research available, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith has done a lot of research, and they say that 12,000 to 15,000 cubic meter per hectare is the water requirement. That means we can save at least 50% of the water. That's what the conclusion from these studies. Now let us see how much water really the sugarcane is using. Because you know this, I have worked in Delhi, internationally also, and there is a lot of criticism for the Maharashtra that Maharashtra uses a lot of water for sugarcane. It's a water guzzling crop. A lot of water is diverted for sugarcane. See what is really we can see. So irrigated area, surface, from the surface sources, that is from the canals, rivers, etc., it is about 28 lakh. I'm telling the latest figures, 2022 figures. And groundwater estimated, there is no record of groundwater area measurement, irrigated area in Maharashtra. It is about 30 lakh hectares. So altogether, in Maharashtra, we are irrigating 50 lakh hectares. Of course, it will vary from year to year. But this is 2022 figure, on an average. So out of this, how much sugarcane? Surface method, 10.1 lakh hectares. Drip, 3.55 lakh. That means 13.6 lakh hectares are being under, that means 24% of the area under sugarcane. But if you see the irrigation water use, surface water use is 25 billion cubic meter, abja ghan meter jala म्हणतो आपण, 25. This is what the water used from the canals, that the reservoirs and from the rivers, where a groundwater use is about 15 billion cubic meters from groundwater. We have more than 20, 30 lakh wells in the state. So it is about 40 billion cubic meter. And the share of water used by sugarcane, both surface and groundwater used, is 27 billion cubic meter, which is 68% of the water, surface water and groundwater, used by sugarcane alone. This is a very conservative figure I am putting before you. It could be more, not less. So we have to think that how much water we should use for sugarcane. Now, the next question comes. Does drip irrigation save water? This has been the larger debate. I think Felix Reinders was part of that. FAO has worked a lot on this. Drip irrigation saves water. And now there are a lot of documents are available. And now I would like to, without going much detail, because it's a long debate, I say, yes, it saves water. In real terms, in absolute terms, if we restrict the area of expansion, okay? No, it will not save water. It will be only paper saving if we extend the crop area. Because in Maharashtra, we are talking political level that we want to bring all 14 lakh hectares, whatever, sugarcane area under drip irrigation. What will happen because of that? We are able to expand the area. But we are not saving water. We are using all the water available for extending the area. That is not a real saving. It is a paper saving. Okay? So in many countries, like Spain, I know that they are government putting a restriction that we are providing a lot of financial help to modernize irrigation projects, provided you don't increase the area. Area should be same, but the per hectare water requirement should reduce so that that water can be used for other sectors. That is what is the philosophy. That is what is the policy the other countries are doing. Now, absolutely, we want to bring all sugarcane area under drip irrigation. There is no doubt about it. Now, what are the initiatives by the government of Maharashtra? The Maharashtra Water Resources Regulatory Authority, where I work there, there is a law, there is an act that making, drip irrigation is mandatory for perennial crops. And especially we are targeting sugarcane crops. That was mentioned in 2015, and it was supposed to be brought by 2018. But unfortunately, there is nothing. Nothing is happening, actually. In that, although there is an act to make it mandatory to use drip irrigation for sugarcane. Then there are a series of, government regulations. I will not go for all these things. That every government, agriculture department, all department wants, they have a strong will that all area of sugarcane should be brought under irrigation. Okay. Then recently we have this lot of, at least there are 6 projects like Pokra, lot of assistance given, Atal Bhujal Yojana, PMKSY. There are like 6 such schemes are there in Maharashtra run by government of Maharashtra. And the subsidy ranges from 75% to 100%. So you can see the Marathwada, which has always been the topic where there is a drought-prone area. Government has said that we will give 100%. subsidy in Marathwada. I don't know what has happened to that. So we need to really follow up what is happening to all these GRs, whether they are being implemented or not. And then we have a VSI, very, very global level institution, where you can experiencing things. I am very impressed with their all work in sugarcane. State agriculture institutes, we have 4, a lot of research is being done. And Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith is at the forefront. We have sugarcane research station, Padegaon, and there are 100+ irrigation companies here, and of which there are 3 world-class irrigation companies in Maharashtra. We are very lucky to have these companies. So this all sort of ecosystem is there for, it's a enabling environment for making, drip irrigation, for upscaling drip irrigation in Maharashtra. So the challenge is for sugarcane. Now, what are the obstacles? Why we are not succeeding? Which, with my own experience, which I'm visiting to many farmers, going to field, discussing with many experts, discussing with the industry people, and I found that these are the constraints, maybe more. High initial investment. Drip irrigation being a close planted crop, it requires 1.5 lakh rupees of investment. And while government is trying to give subsidy, which is limiting to 1.25, 1.27 lakh, this subsidy is given. But what is happening? There is a delay in release of subsidy amount. I talked with many farmers. They say that we don't get subsidy amount within some time, with 2 years long. So this is one of the obstacles, that farmers should get the subsidy within a reasonable time of 3-4 months or whatever, not too long. That should be really. As what is happening, as a result of this, now many people are going for what is called as non-ISI products or non-subsidy products. I talked with many farmers, and they said that they would like to, not to go towards subsidy, but a very complicated subsidy, whole procedure. We would like to purchase from the open market, which has nothing to do with the subsidy. And I found that without subsidy and with subsidy, it is the same cost. Farmer gets 1 hectare of sugarcane without subsidy product for 25,000 rupees. Without subsidy. He goes in the market and purchases it and install it. That's it. So simple. But if he follows MWRRA, then he has to wait, very complicated procedure. Because he has to pay all the amount upfront. So he takes, instead of that, farmers are more and more shifting onwards. So many countries, I was asking to our friend, Dr. Felix, he said in South Africa, absolutely there is no subsidy. No subsidy at all. So we may think after 3 decades of experience, how long we are going to continue subsidy? There is a subsidy for irrigation water, highly low priced. There is subsidy for energy. Okay? We are subsidizing this. How long we are going to subsidize? Please don't take it otherwise that I am against the farmer. But there should be another policy of investing into infrastructure. Government should invest more in infrastructure, giving more reliable light supply. In rural areas, farmers are fed up with the light supply, electricity supply. Very erratic. Government should concentrate there instead of giving subsidy. Farmers will be happy to have a very reliable source of water, electricity supply. Then there is a task of, particularly in case of sugarcane, you have to remove the laterals. And that is something really tedious job. Nowadays, laborers don't get laborers, and we cannot enter into sugarcane because that type of crop, canopy is there. So this is one of the inhibition for the farmers, which is really holding back. And we need to develop some mechanism to do this. Like subsurface drip, we need to try really subsurface drip irrigation. Why not? He said that one should put it subsurface drip, 12 years, nothing to bother about 12 years. So let us try again more subsurface drip irrigation. Then lack of irrigation extension services. Agriculture department only administering this subsidy distribution. I find when I talk to the farmers, there is not much guidance given to the farmers. So more farmer are ignorant. See, drip irrigation we are using as a very precision agriculture. Unless and until we apply precise amount of water at precise time, we will not be able to harvest all the benefits. So farmers really don't know how much water to apply. Okay? And all these things need to be educated. Farmers need to be educated about this. So these are the things farmers are really inventing on themselves. Because they want to use, because of labor short, they want to use drip irrigation. But I saw some farmers, they have just made their own drip irrigation system, that releasing water at the head of the furrows. And this is okay. This is the farmer's innovation. Some farmers are using for retrieving, this type of things are using. So this type of farmers' innovation are there. And we should, at the research stations, agriculture universities also need to follow this. Yeah, this type of things, many farmers, when I visited farmers, they don't know the use of pressure gauges. Just pressure gauges is lying there. Nothing is, they don't know how much pressure, what pressure, they have gone out of order. Actually, pressure is the heart of everything there, okay? And you can see all the pressure gauges. Some farmers have, one farmer has kept all this in his house. He said that I have stored, I don't want this filters because it's blocking my pressure. So all this ignorance of the farmers should be removed. Okay, and our agriculture research station, I am not criticizing, but we should be giving the advice to the farmers in the farmers' language. If you should the farmers apply water at 75% of ETC, at least I will not understand how much water to apply. So this type of advisories, this type of recommendation from the agriculture universities need to be in terms of farmers-friendly language. Then only it will be applicable. And way forward, irrigation water is the soul of sugarcane farming and sugar industry. Given the increasing trend to expand the area, there is a danger of over-exploitation of the state's land, water, and energy resources, and social inequity. As also in view of rapidly growing water demand from urban and industry sector, there is therefore a need for bringing out a policy framework. Government should, I am absolutely not, I am supporting farmers. Many times that I am discouraging farmers. If I am a farmer, I will go for sugarcane, for sure, 100%. But I am asking the government, policy makers, to make a policy. How much sugarcane you want in a state? How much water you want to use for sugarcane? Like that. You know, that type of policy paper has to be developed, framework has to develop. And there is a target now, 1 million sugarcane area need to be brought under drip irrigation. This is the target. And to work out the target, we should have formed a consortium of all agriculture universities, NABARD, WISMA, Irrigation Association of India has to play a big role in this, and irrigation companies, to how to achieve this target. That coming 5 years, we will make all drip irrigation in Maharashtra covered by sugar.